Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else, this is John Paval with this week's Access Arts Live, a roundup of big stage live stream productions. And let me just double check to see if we are going live on all of our platforms. I believe we are. I believe we're good. And so let me tell you, big stage live streams are what we refer to when we're talking about, live streams that fill up the entire stage. In other words, we're talking about, hold on a second, we have one there. TikTok is now with us for the first time live in a long time. I was just explaining that this is the Access Arts Live weekly a roundup of big stage productions. And by that, we mean productions that take up the whole stage, orchestral works with entire symphonies, ballets that take up the whole stage, or opera. And we have orchestral works and opera for you this week. We have top conductors like Alain Altinoglu with the Frankfurt Radio Symphony. We've got top soloists like Gautier Capuçon and Nikolai Lugansky, the pianist. We have a Nigerian-German cultural concert, which is really interesting and really fresh and young. We have opera, Massenet's MANON, on the weekend. And we have a comedic, orchestral, theatrical presentation of the story of Robin Hood, along with everything else this week. So I can't wait to get to telling you about all of it. Before I do, first of all, let me remind you, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching on any of our other platforms, please follow and or subscribe to Access Arts Live. That would be on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, or now Rumble as well. And help us to build up our algorithm and click the notification button if they have one on any of those platforms where you're following us, so you'll be sure to get more of our notifications. And we promise in return, we're going to continue to provide you with live links to more than 1,000 live performances online in the coming year, just as we did last year. So let's get to the first of the performances that I want to tell you about, because it's today. It's coming up. And in fact, it's starting now. So if you really want to enjoy it, you want to turn this off and go to enjoy this live stream, because you can come back and watch this as a recording anytime. But the whole point of live streams is being able to enjoy them while they are happening. And here's the first of them. Monday, September 8th, the Enescu Festival is live streaming and broadcasting Alain Altinoglu and the Frankfurt Radio Symphony performing Shostakovich's 8th Symphony. And they'll be joined by violin virtuoso Julian Rachlin for Sibelius's Violin Concerto in D minor. That's at 7 o'clock right now, European time, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast, 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. We give you the link to this. This is the Enescu Festival has its own website. We give you the link to that, where you can go, and then you have to click on a red square called Live, and you will be able to enjoy this concert. They are also broadcasting this concert on what's called the TVR, which is Romanian television, and we'll give you the link to that too. If you don't know, Alain Altinoglu, he's about 50 years old now, so he's in the height of his career. He's been the director of the opera house, the Théâtre Royal de la Monnaie in Brussels for a decade now, and he's been the chief conductor of the Frankfurt Radio Symphony for the last 4 or 5 years. And he also, by the way, is a pianist, and he regularly performs with mezzo-soprano Nora Gubish in the German Lieder repertoire. Julian Rocklin, whose photo you see there also, he's been on the go for about 30 years. So he too is at the height of his career. He was born in Lithuania, and they still refer to him sometimes as Lithuanian, but he moved to Vienna already when he was only like 3 years old. And that's where he got his first training. And for the last 25 years, he's also been a professor at the Hochschule of Music and the Arts in Vienna. And he is, besides being a violinist, he's also a conductor. And he's conducted for the Christian Son Symphony Orchestra and for the Jerusalem Symphony Orchestra. He's also appeared in films and collaborated with digital installation artists and has worked with, actors like John Malkovich, Gerard Depardieu, etc. So that should be a good concert coming to you right now. So if you're finding this out for me right now, I can't give you the link yet. We will be providing you with the links and the dates and times to all of these, the 6 performances that I'm telling you about during this roundup. But I can't give it to you right now. But you can go to, I will give you the site. You go to Festival Enescu as one word, .ro/en for English, and you will find the live stream so you can enjoy that concert. If you're watching this on TikTok, you're not getting the photos that accompany it, and I'm not sure how or whether I'm going to be able to provide you with the links, but you can find it on any of the other 7 platforms that we're on if you want to follow up and get the links to these performances. Now, the next live stream that I want to tell you about is also from the Enescu Festival, and it'll be tomorrow evening. Tuesday, September 9th, the French superstar cellist Gautier Capuçon joins the Frankfurt Radio Symphony under Alain Altinoglu in a concert of Elgar's Cello Concerto, Dvorak's New World Symphony, and Enescu's Orchestral Suite. Live stream by the Enescu Festival. That's on, again, that will be, you can go to, we give you the link to the festival website or to the Romanian TV, where you can watch it on either of those. It's the Enescu Orchestral Suite number 2 in C major, opus 20. Then Elgar's Cello Concerto in E minor, opus 85, and then Dvorak's Symphony number 9 in E minor, opus 95 from the New World. Altinoglu, as I've already mentioned, but I'll mention it again because this will become a separate clip, is the artistic director at La Monnaie in Brussels for the last decade, and he's been running the Frankfurt Symphony for the last 5 years or so. Gautier Capuçon, he is the brother of Renaud Capuçon. He's very well known in his own right, Renaud being the well, whatever. He has played with all the top orchestras. There's no point in my giving you the whole list. He's founded his own institute to help young cellists who, when they come out of school, even if they're very talented and all that, they really don't know what it is to be playing professionally. And so he has this institute where he takes a half a dozen top young cellists every year and shows them the ropes of how to actually start making a living playing the cello in the real world. And interesting thing, Altinoglu and Gautier are working together this week because on Sunday, this past Sunday, September 7th, they opened the Dvorak Festival in Prague, and they did, there Gautier played Dvorak's Cello Concerto, of course. So it was an all Dvorak program. So but then you can see Altinoglu being ready to take the symphony through Dvorak's New World Symphony. So that's another lovely concert for you tomorrow. Oh, and the other thing I want to mention is that back in July, another live stream. You know, if you follow Access Arts Live, you're going to see and hear so much great stuff. We told you about on July 24th, this past summer at the Verbier Festival, Renaud and Gautier Capuçon, the brothers, got together with the legendary pianist Martha Argerich, and they were playing trios by Haydn, Shostakovich, and Mendelssohn. That was live streamed by Stage Plus, which you have to pay for, but they were offering you a summer deal where you could get 2 months of Stage Plus live streams for €1, 50 European cents per month to watch all their summer live streams, including stuff like that. So don't miss out on it. Now, I also want to mention to you that the Enescu Festival is this huge festival that's going on all through the month of September. And they have something like 100 concerts or something, 90 or 100 concerts. But it's very difficult for me to figure out which ones are actually being live streamed. Now, we're told that here are these additional concerts which will be on Romanian TV on their cultural channel. But I don't know if they will be live streamed on the on their website. And I've asked them, but I don't have an answer yet. But I'll just tell you quickly. I can't do a whole workup on them because I don't know. Tuesday and Wednesday, September 9th and 10th, the Antwerp Symphony Orchestra. Thursday, September 11th, the Dresden Staatskapelle with Daniel Gatti conducting. And then on Friday, Vasily Petrenko and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra of London. I can't give you more details about any of these things without knowing exactly what they are, but it's worthwhile for you to go ahead and check out that the website for the Enescu Festival, which is enescufestival.ru. Or also, if you want a daily rundown of the different concerts and more details on all of this, Claudia Ochoa Cruz, a lovely online friend of mine, has her own website called myloveformusic.com, and it has a calendar page, and you can click on the dates on the calendar, like September 8th, 9th, 10th, and on each date, she will give you the concerts that are being broadcast that day or live stream, but I'm not sure of the accuracy of the data in there with respect to the Enescu Festival, but all the details are there if you want more details. So let's move on to what I am sure about, because the next concert is on Thursday, September 11th, coming to us from the Moscow Philharmonic Orchestra Hall, but it is not the Moscow Philharmonic which is performing. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the photograph for you that I want to share with you. There, that's what I have for this. Okay. Thursday, September 11th, you can enjoy a live stream with the Russian National Orchestra, RNO, world premiering a poetic composition by Golovin and a symphony by Borodin and a Beethoven piano concerto with internationally renowned pianist Nikolai Lugansky. That free of charge. That'll be at 6 o'clock in the evening European time, noon on the East Coast, 9 in the morning on the West Coast, and 7 in the evening Moscow time, which is generally when they live stream from the Moscow Philharmonic. That will be, Lugansky will be playing Beethoven's Piano Concerto No. 4 in G major, Opus 58 for all you Beethoven lovers. Then they do this piece by Golovin. I pronounce it the French way, but you can also pronounce it Golovin and Borodin. But I spent half my time in Paris, so you're going to get French stuff coming out of me. The piece by Golovin is called Mute Vega, and it's this piece was written for the Russian National Orchestra. I gather on commission, although they just say it's composed for them, not whether or not they commissioned and paid for it. It's 9 poems by Russian poets for piano and orchestra. And I'll tell you about the piano in a moment. Then they do Borodin's Symphony No. 2 in B minor. The Russian National Orchestra, it's not the Moscow Phil. It's not a regional orchestra either. It was founded about 35 years ago in 1990. It was the first Russian orchestra to receive a Grammy Award in 2004. And later, Gramophone magazine rated it one of the top 20 orchestras in the world. That's not the Russians saying it, that's Gramophone magazine. And it was a private organization until 2009. It was never a part of all that Soviet stuff. It was a private orchestra starting up after the Cold War ended and after the Soviet Union had fallen apart. The director, the conductor of it is Alexander Rudin, or Rudin, Rudin, and he's been running it for the last 3 or 4 years. Rudin himself is a well-known cellist. He's, besides being a conductor, he's also a pianist, a harpsichordist. He teaches, and he does a lot of research, coming up with orchestral editions of chamber works and early music that people don't know, or music by composers that are not well known. He has also been the artistic director and principal conductor of the Moscow Chamber Orchestra, Musica Viva, since 1988, so forever. And he plays both the cello and the viola da gamba. So, and teaches at the Moscow Conservatory. Top guy, I'm telling you about him because you probably don't know about him if you're in the West, and most of our followers are. I don't know if we have any followers in Russia. Lugansky himself, he's just, a prolific pianist, accustomed to giving maybe 100 concerts a year. His repertoire includes more than 50 concertos. He's recorded for Warner Classics, Erato Records, Onyx Classics. Since 2018, he's exclusively with Harmonia Mundi, won lots of prizes. I'm not going to tell you the names of all the companies that gave him prizes for his recordings, but I will tell you he won one from the Preis der Deutschen Schalenplatzkritik, or Schalenplattenkritik, because I love that name. I just think it's crazy. And he has out recently several recordings on the Harmonia Mundi label in which he is playing Beethoven sonatas, among other things. So to have him play the Beethoven Piano Concerto No. 4 is a good choice, and you'll want to hear it. As for the soprano, Tatiana Ivashenko, she's a Muscovite, got her training at the Moscow State Institute of Music, then at the Russian Academy of Theater Arts. She's won a number of singing prizes in Russia, and she's also a soloist with a couple of Russian singing organizations, vocal organizations. So that should be, again, a lovely concert on Thursday evening, European time. Next up, but also just a little later on Thursday evening, a really intriguing, really interesting, fresh, and different kind of concert, the kind you don't hear about every day. Or do I have a picture for that? Yeah, I do. I do have a picture that I can put up for that one. This one will come to you from the BeethovenFest. Thursday evening European time, the BeethovenFest Bonn live streams a unique concert by young German and Nigerian musicians where they tell us Beethoven meets Afrobeat. This is a campus project of the BeethovenFest Bonn, where members of the National Youth Orchestra of Germany went down to Nigeria and worked with young musicians from Nigeria and an Afrobeat group called Bantu down there. Headed up by Ade Bantu, and they put together a whole program of music, bringing together African music and European music. So there'll be some Beethoven in there, some excerpts from the Overture to Egmont. There'll be pieces by Bantu, like 10 times backwards and We No Go Gree. There'll be some traditional Yoruba piece. There'll be some German traditional songs. There'll be a piece by Olufela Sowande, and actually Sunday night in San Francisco there was an organ recital by in which they played a piece by Sowande. So people are going to start discovering Sowande. Anyway, you see involved in this adventure, in the photos that I have for you there. Here, I can show you several other photos. Here's a picture of all of these students together on this staircase. And then I can show you an image here. Here is Bantu, the Afrobeat group from Africa. And there are two adults in all of this that I can also show you. One of them is Isaiah Oladele Odeyale. If I can get Restream to properly put these pictures up for me so you can see that. And he's involved in a couple of the pieces. He has an African. He has a piece called those pieces by Bantu. The 10 times backwards and We No Go Gris were arranged by Isaiah. And he also, there are a couple other pieces, Yay Theory and Disrupt the Program, which are arranged by him. And then they'll be doing the world premiere of a piece by Cassie Kinoshi. Let me show you a picture of Cassie Kinoshi, just so you can, you got to know all the players in the program. This is Cassie Kinoshi, and she has a piece called Odo River, and they'll be doing a live premiere of that piece. So I think all of that's really great, and I hope you'll find a chance or enjoy tuning into it. For something, about this you can actually say, and now for something completely different. Okay. We have two more pieces to tell you about. And one of them is opera. It was this opera music that I was playing at the beginning of this live stream. It was this. That's the beginning of Instant Charmant, or En les yeux, which is one of the beautiful tenor arias from Manon. Let me introduce this properly for you. Opera lovers, Friday, September 12th, the much in demand rising star soprano Christina Mkhitaryan will incarnate the title role in a concert setting of Massenet's Manon with the State Symphony of Russia, live streamed free of charge from the halls of the Moscow Phil. That's the State Academic Symphony of Russia. It's been around for a long time, for almost 90 years now. The concert will be at 6 o'clock in the evening European time, noon on the East Coast, 9 in the morning on the West Coast, 7 in the evening there in Moscow. This symphony was the one which premiered Prokofiev's Symphony No. 5, which, if you ask me, is Prokofiev's greatest work. They also premiered Shostakovich's Symphonies No. 8 and 11, and his one of his cello concertos. I mean, this orchestra has a pedigree. The conductor, who you see there in the photograph, he's a very young guy. I think he's in his early 30s. I think he was born around 1990 or something like that. I don't have the exact number in front of me in my notes. Do I have a photo of him on his own? Yeah, here he is, Fyodor. guy's name is Fyodor Beznosikov, born in 1993. That would make him about 30, what, 2 years old now? That's very young for a conductor, I'm telling you. Graduate of he's a violinist too, he's a graduate of the Moscow State Conservatory. He's been a conductor at the Moscow Musical Theater for the last couple of years. And he's also conducted and directed some ballets, Snow Queen, The Last Session. And he's an assistant teacher at the Moscow Conservatory now. And he works fairly often with the Moscow Novaya Opera Theater. And if you follow Arts Live, then you know about all these live streams that we tell you about at the Roman Catholic Cathedral in Moscow, where very often soloists performing there, the singing soloists, are from the Novaya Opera. Now, Christina Mkhitaryan is a soprano, and she was in the Bolshoi Theater's youth opera program in the early teens, but then her career just took off. It started up in Scandinavia. She in 2015, Violetta in Verdi's La Traviata for the Norwegian Opera. Then the Royal Danish Theater had her as Loretta and Giorgetta in Puccini's Gianni Schicchi. Then in 2016, she was with the Bergen National Opera in Bellini's The Capulets and Montagues. 2017, the Glinberg Festival brought her in as Violetta in La Traviata. 2018, it's Covent Garden. It's the Palais des Arts in Valencia, doing more Verdi. Then after that, it's the Rome and the Bavarian State Opera in Munich, the Australian Opera playing Gilda and Rigoletto by Verdi. Then the New York Met playing Loretta in Gianni Schicchi. So, and she has, let me show you a photo of her. Besides being like stunningly beautiful, I mean, this is one of her photos. I don't know what else to say, but and that's perfect for Manon. If you know the story of Manon, in which a young man who is too naive falls desperately in love with her, and well, it doesn't end well. Doesn't end well for him, although there's a lot of beautiful singing on the way to it not ending well. But she already has sung this role for the Vienna State Opera last November. Here's a photo of her in that. Here's another photo of her in that production. So I think I can't tell you more detail about it, but I will try to put together, usually for opera, I try to put together a separate clip for you, because there's just not enough time to go over, say, the four principal singers and give you background on that. That's all that we have time for this, but if you don't know Manon, this is a great chance to discover it in a concert version. I think it'll be great. I'm a fan. So then we have yet one more live stream to tell you about. And this one will just be a lot of fun. May not be as high toned, but it will be fun. And this is also on Friday. For a good time, Friday, September 12th, you can dial up the Cologne Radio Philharmonic's live stream of a comedic and theatrical and orchestral telling of the story of Robin Hood, narrated by German TV comedy star Martina Hill. And there you see a photograph of Martina Hill, and you see the director, Gordon Hamilton, originally from Australia, but now he's based in Berlin. He's very much an avant-garde kind of director. Don't let me forget to tell you, that's at 8 o'clock in the evening, European time, 2 o'clock European on the East Coast, and 11 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. And this is a comedic retelling of the Robin Hood story with music by Richard Kamen, Eric Korngold, Ralph Vaughan Williams, and Mary Allwyn. And Martina Hill, she's a German actress and comedian. She's had a very big popular show called Heute since 2009, which is the German version of the American The Daily Show, which was satire about news and everything. And Gordon Hamilton, he is also a composer, and he does compositions which mix music with electronics and things like that. So there's no way to tell what he might be doing with the music in this piece. And he also has already composed in the past for the WDR, that is the Cologne Philharmonic, the Radio Philharmonic Choir. Folks, that's what we have for you for this week. I hope that one or any of these live streams inspires you, uplifts you, or just shows you a heck of a good time. And I don't see how the Robin Hood can fail to be a heck of a good time, or how the Manon, with this wonderful rising star soprano in it, can fail to be inspiring and uplifting. I will put out a separate clip about that, I promise. So that's what we have. Before I go, let me remind you again, if you're watching this clip on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching on any of our other platforms, please follow and or subscribe to Access Arts Live on YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, or Rumble. And we will continue to provide you with live links and news about more than 1,000 live performances online in the coming year. And nobody else online can make that statement to you. Ciao for now, and thanks for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow with our roundups of chamber music and organ recitals for this week.